I think we're live. Hello, we're back with day 11 of the UK speed server that I've been doing a daily update for, apart from the 2 days we did miss. Couple of things, we got our third village now, so we did manage to build 3 settlers in our second village and settle the third village overnight. Something which I did mean to mention yesterday, which I forgot to in the end, which is I was talking about expansion points, and you get 3 expansion slots for a palace. So we wanted to be able to make 3 senators, which making 3 settlers now has prevented us from being able to. That's taken up 1 expansion point. So we can't make 3 senators in this village at the moment. That's not an issue though, because what we will end up doing is conquering the third village from ourselves. So basically I will make a 4th village and make a senator in the 4th village. Then we will conquer the 3rd village from ourselves and that will free up the additional expansion point slot into. This just means that we were able to get our 3rd village down quicker because I didn't have to get the residents to level 20 in this 1st village. As you can see, we do have some more Imperators and some more scouts just to try and stop people from seeing what we have, though I don't think 80 is going to be enough. We are concentrating on building troops. We did lose a few. I have a few reports to show you, including our best resource report so far, which is from the TQR. I'll show you the scout report first. So we sent our scouts off to him this morning, and we noticed he has a 4,000 cranny, but there is a hell of a lot of overflow on that available. So we just sent our Imperators off to grab what was available left, and we did get 18,900 resources, which is really good. You may notice we had 200 Imperators there. That's because we also, the Roman Empire guy that we've been farming, we also scouted him this morning, and we noticed that he also has a 6,000 cranny, so a lot of his village space must be taken up with crannies, which is just not something that I'm prepared to do, but fair enough. If you want to stop people from taking your 6,000 resources, then yeah, you can do that. But we noticed he had a few troops in there. I wanted to just wipe these out just to get some attacking points, and also there is a bit of overflow here, like 3,000 of his 6,000 iron available. So we did send our troops along with our hero, and this is the report. So we did take the overflow of resources. We got 7,000 iron, and we did kill all of his troops. We did lose 31, though he lost a lot more than we did. We did send our hero along because obviously his fighting strength helps too, and where he has the sword of the Imperators, which gives us +9 attack, each one of those 200 Imperators we sent across had +9 attack. So as you can see, we're still almost everything is to well, almost all the resource fields are to level 10. We still got a couple of level 8 wheat fields here and a few level 9 clay, wood and iron, but our resource production has grown massively, so 4,000 per hour on each of those, which is perfect. We're doing fairly well. The fact we've been hosting parties constantly, I think one's just about to come to an end. Oh, it has come to an end. We can't host one just yet. I'm not going to use the gold to redistribute. We'll just wait until we do have the 6,000 wood available. Yeah, because we've been hosting so many parties, we've managed to get the 3rd village down fairly quickly, and that's something I definitely recommend doing. Currently we're feeding the 3rd village with our 2nd village, which they are all level 5 now, by the way, the wheat fields. Hooray! So now we'll be getting one to level 10 so we can build the bakery. But yeah, we've been feeding the 3rd village with our 2nd village, which isn't something I'd like to do for very long, because the 2nd village needs all the resources it can possibly get, because we still haven't started building our hammer in there, though that will start happening. Now we have the feeder village available as well. The important thing is to get the resource fields all up on this village. I will upgrade them all to level 2 and then all to level 3. We're not going to do all the wheat fields, for example, like we did to begin, just because we want this village to pay for itself. We don't need it consuming resources from other villages needing to be sent across to upgrade things. So it's important that we just get all the resource fields up on this village as quickly as possible. And we do that by sending resources from this village, but obviously we're only producing wheat in this village. So the resources going to this village are coming from village 1. We're constantly sending across, I'll show you the marketplace, as much resources as we can from the first village across to this village. See, we've got 6,000 of each here on 3 times go. So that's been going constantly, just to get the palace up to 10, build the settlers, and upgrade the wheat fields. So the next thing to do now, we've got all the wheat fields to level 5, will be to finish the flour mill off to level 5. Once that's done, we'll be upgrading a wheat field to level 10, and then building the bakery, and then getting the rest of the wheat fields up to level 10. During that period of time, we are going to upgrade the barracks, build an academy, build a forge, build a stable, so we can start building Empyreans, and also upgrade and Equitus Caesaris, and also upgrade the Empyreans and Equitus Caesaris to level 20 in the forge, because that does make a lot of difference, but I'll talk about that later once we've managed to do so. It's quite good at the moment because we're still in the middle of nowhere. We settled our 3rd village right here, by the way. It's another 446 right next to it, which is what we wanted. The reason I chose this side as opposed to this side will get settled on eventually. It's just because we want to take these oases for this village, and this village's reach for oases will extend this way, and preferably we want a like this 4356, so it's got 5 iron fields, and if we can take the 2 iron oases for the one that has 5 iron fields, that increases the iron further, because where the oasis increases it by a percentage, if it's a percentage of more fields, then the greater the increase will be. So yeah, that'll be our plan. We just want to be able to extend the amount of oases we can take. There are quite a lot around here. Clay, iron. I haven't seen many wood. Here we go, here's the wood, so we'll be looking for a 5 wood village around here, which I'm sure there probably is one. There we go, there's one there. That'll be within reach of this one. There's still not that much wood, but it's wood and wheat. So anything that has see, these you don't get 50% iron, you just get 25%, whereas that's 25% iron and 25% wheat. So for our iron village, we'll probably take all 3 of these oases. Oh yeah, there's wood ones right here. So yeah, we'll probably settle around here for the wood village. And that one's only got 3. That one's got 5. That one's perfect. So that'll be our wood village. So that's what you want to do. You want to try and get the village with the 5 fields of the one with the closest oasis, if you get what I mean. So 5 wood fields, you want wood oases near it. 5 iron fields, you want iron oases near it. 5 clay fields, you want clay oases near it. But just for the time being, we've gone for the 446 just because it's quick and easy to build. We get a nice even spread of all the resources, and hopefully we can get all of these up to level 10 fairly quickly if we continue to feed from this village to this village and then to this village and so on. But the resources are all being thrown about left, right and centre at the moment, so yeah, it'll be fine though. We'll get it all up to level 10, and then as soon as it is, we can start sending the resources from 3 to this village to enable us to build more troops. What we have, I'll talk about our rank. We've climbed quite a bit. We are ranked now 717. I can't remember where we were yesterday. Though we have 657 population now, and we have the climbed 321. We've killed 321 troops, so that attack on Roman Empire definitely helped with that. Definitely something I like to do, just climb attacker ranks, get attacker points, increase my hero's level, because obviously every time you send your hero along, he'll get some experience, and we just want him. We really need to be able to get him to top fighting strength, top defense bonus, and top offense bonus as soon as possible. That will come though, because it's fairly achievable. We have climbed 252 ranks, which isn't bad considering like a lot of these players, I would assume, in the highest climbers started this week. Yeah, possibly. This guy has 2 villages. He definitely started this week because he's below us. So climbing that amount of ranks isn't terrible. You may notice that the troops are still at home. This is because I haven't really been able to find. I should still be sending them off in small raiding parties of 5 or 3, etc., as I have done, but I haven't updated the farm list. That's just because, well, I have updated it a little bit. They've just all been sent out this morning once, and I waited for the troops all to get back so I could use these attacks on the Roman Empire and TQR. But I will send them back out again, and I will extend the farm list a bit more because it's not extended as much as I would like. Though we did take a fairly heavy hit on losing 31 Imperatoris by attacking the Roman Empire guy. We did reclaim the resources. I think it was a net loss, the attack just, but it was still worth doing in my opinion, because hopefully we can go back later on today and pick up the rest of the resources in 2 or 3 hours time, depending on how regularly he checks his account. So yeah, so it's all going pretty well. We're still climbing in the right direction. We still haven't got an alliance. We're still just by ourselves in this A alliance here, which has gone up to rank 73, and I think it has a higher attacker rank than the actual alliance itself. Yeah, it's attacker rank 67. It's meaningless really, but just a little bit weird. But I still haven't found an alliance I'd like to join. I would obviously consider joining FL because they are the largest alliance in the southwest, though I still don't like FL2, and a lot of the players they've taken on just don't seem to be growing very quickly, and I probably FL would probably be better off having these players as farms as opposed to having them in a subsidiary alliance of their own. So it's not something I really want to join. Like maybe these top 10, 15 players are someone I'd like to be in an alliance with, but anyone below that I don't think they should really be there. I've been looking at this guy next to me. He hasn't grown very quickly, this Loco man, and I have considered starting to farm him, but I don't know what kind of repercussions I would get from FL or FL2 if I started to do that. So I don't know. I might message FL just to see whether they'd consider letting me in at this stage, which they probably wouldn't, but it's probably due to that. If they usually alliances, big alliances in particular, want to sit your account so they can see how your account is run. Obviously I've got videos so people can do that. Like this guy is just not growing at all. I am probably going to scout him now. In fact, let's see. Oh, we could probably get the scout report live on stream, where it's only 1 village away. It shouldn't take too long. We will send all of our scouts, and we want to know what resources he has available to see if his warehouse is maxed out. So we got to wait 2 minutes and 38 seconds for that. So I will keep talking for 2 minutes if I can think of enough stuff to say. Yeah, we haven't picked up any more cages on adventures. We haven't really got anything else. Just a couple of ointments, some more bandages. I could have used these bandages. I probably should have attached these bandages to my hero when I sent the attack off to the Roman Empire, as it would have automatically regenerated some of my troops. But what I really like to do is save them up. There have been cases. Small bandages are quite annoying because they regenerate 25% of the troops you lose, and you can't. And there's also a bandage called a large bandage. You can't mix small and large bandages, so you have to either attach a lot of small bandages or a lot of large bandages to your hero. If you have a lot of large bandages, and I think it's 33% or 30%, something like that. I think we can take a look in the. Just trying to go from memory. Yeah, 33% of your troops. So we really want a lot of these just standard bandages if we can get them, for when we make large attacks, when our hammer is a lot bigger. We got 1 minute left until that report comes in. Let's have a look. You got that? Oh, collect that. Right, so that's 200 resources of each type. What I'm going to do is go over to the third village and collect that there, because this is the village that's most in need of 200 resources of each type. This enables us to upgrade. What are we doing? You can see I've upgraded them all. So we're iron, clay, so next is wood, so we'll upgrade this one to 2. Sorry if you can hear my washing machine in the background. Don't have much choice, needed to get some washing on. And we will upgrade a wheat field as well. So yeah, this village, I'm not